The next couple of modules that we're going to be dealing with are pretty simple and straightforward, just basically tasks and notes. I'm going to show you how to manage those tasks and notes and create them. And like I said, it's pretty simple. But down here on the bottom, this is the icon for tasks. And if you're using the expanded view, that's what you're going to click on right there. The little clipboard with the check mark. Let's go ahead and do that. And it's going to show you all of the tasks that you've got entered in, and it's going to categorize those by default based on when they're supposed to be completed. So, for example, these tasks right here don't have a date. These right here I'm supposed to do today, and the reason that I'm supposed to do them today is because they are overdue. That's why, and I'm really going to have to get on these really quickly. Tasks that are scheduled for next week, this week, next week, and later on beyond that, even things that show up, like maybe you've got it scheduled to be completed in 2 months, it's going to show up in this list. Now, if that's overwhelming to you, then you can switch to just the next 7 days, and that's going to show you just tasks that are actually scheduled to be completed in the next 7 days, and any ones that already are completed, you'll remember from a previous exercise here that I just created some and I scratched them off as done. So let's go back to to-do list, and if I click on any one of these, some more detail will show up over here if I happen to have more detail. For example, in this case, this is an email that I got, and I scheduled a follow-up task, so it's showing up here. If I complete the task, I can either click the flag right here, and that'll mark it as complete. I'm not going to do it right now because I want to just use this as an example for a minute. But if I had a task here that is not, it's not an email. If I double click on this, then I get, let's resize this window for you. Just clicking and dragging the corner handles there to resize that. One thing about tasks is you can have a task scheduled as to do, and then you can add that to your calendar, like I want to work on this today, or I'm going to spend 2 hours on this tomorrow. You can have that task stay there while you're working on it, and you can mark the progress of it. For example, I'm kind of being difficult in the way I explain this, but it's really simple. Let's say that I have a task, this instrumental hymns CD that I'm going to make. If I schedule this as a task, I want to have it done by December 29th, 2007. Whoa, that is a long time ago. So let's kind of update this. Obviously, haven't been able to get that completed. So let's schedule it for March 29th. Okay, so this is when it needs to be done, is March 29th. Now, I can go in there and I can move this to, like I can drag it to my calendar and work on it for a couple of hours one day. I can drag it to another date and work on it for another couple of hours. But like every day that I work on it, I might complete a little bit of it. So I could go in here where it says % complete, and I could go like 25%. Now, these arrows, by default, they go 25% at a time, so it'll go to 50, 75, and then 100. And if I do 100 and I save it, that means the task is done. But I can do other values in here for for example, I could do 15%. I can just type that in manually. And then it is showing me that the status is in progress because I'm 15% down the road. Now, I've got other options: not started, completed, waiting on someone else, deferred, meaning I'm going to have somebody else maybe, I've slated it for a different time, or I'm going to have somebody else do it. Lots of options there. Another way to mark it as completed is to just set the status as completed. Notice the percentage there automatically gets changed to 100. Now, for now, I'm going to cancel that. I don't want to save the changes. And what we're going to do in the next exercise is I'll actually walk you through some examples of using this on a day-to-day basis.